Yo, yo, yo! This chapter was quite the gift from Horikoshi. In all honesty, I did not expect a chapter this week, and just a brief FYI, this is definitely the final chapter for 2017. So just making sure you're all aware of this, so when next week rolls around, do not expect a chapter of Boku no Hero, One Piece, Promised Neverland, so forth, so on, because it will be on break. So I just want to clarify right now, if you're wondering why next week there will be no chapter, it's because, once again, we're back on the holidays. Anyways, though, this chapter, I think, was the best way to end off 2017 for Boku no Hero Academia. Horikoshi delivering some really good stuff. This was a very fun chapter, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not even joking, okay? This is easily in the top 10 chapters of 2017. And I think it, like I said, was the best way to conclude the year. Just seeing the interaction with Todoroki and, Inasa, and then also seeing the interaction with, Bakugo and the children, Takemi's, characterization, which, like, whoa, I'll talk about that in a second. Just overall, it was a very fun chapter. Had some great moments. Gang Orca was back. I mean, just overall, solid chapter, and I think everybody can agree with me that this was just amazing. It was fun. It was a really fun chapter. Artwork was great. So, anyways, let's dive into some details. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Kami. So, Kami, her overall plot, like, her character and all that, many of us have been wondering since, her introduction a long time ago. I'm not talking about when she popped up again in last chapter. I'm talking about, like, Kami when she first popped up and we found out that she was Toga. Many of us have been discussing, like, did she die? Or what exactly happened to her, because she was out missing, and judging by how much blood that Toga needed to be able to stand that form, we all assumed that most likely Kami was in a very bad spot. She was probably at death's door. Now, we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know all of the details of what really happened and all of that. We don't know exactly how Kami was captured. We don't know exactly how she got away, or why Toga, left her alive. We don't really know the details, which most likely one day that will be clarified. Horikoshi will go out of his way and clarify probably why Toga did that, because Toga is someone that goes out of her way and is a serial killer. We know this. I mean, it's already been established with her character, she is someone like that. So it's not out of her realm of things to do when it comes to stuff like that. So there has to be a reason why she didn't, take down Kami permanently. There probably is a bigger reason than what we really know of at the moment. Regardless, though, Kami is alive. It is officially confirmed that the Kami we see in this chapter and last chapter, this is the real Kami. This is the Kami that is the real one. It's not Toga in disguise or anything. This is Kami. Now, regardless if Kami is telling the truth or not, or if Kami is actually involved with the, the League of Villains, that's left up for debate. But for now, though, this is the legit Kami, and I love her character. Now, I know many are going to go out of their way and say they do not like her after this chapter, which I can understand why. Her dialogue, in some ways, it is pretty cringy, but at other ways, I just couldn't help but laugh and just enjoy it, because we actually had a character in Boku no Hero Academia. Sorry, I'm getting really I'm having a lot of fun just talking about the chapter, because it's a really good chapter. We actually had a character that said lit and fam. We have a character that literally said straight up lit and fam. Like, yo, what? Like, what? Like, I was just like, what? It was such a, like, went over my head. I was like, whoa, like, what? Because I was reading the chapter and all that around, like, 5 or so in the morning, and I'm like, okay, Boku no Hero's out, I'm really happy to see it, reading the chapter and all of that, and all of a sudden I see Kami pop up, she starts saying, like, straight up, fam, like, this is lit, and I'm like, did I just see a character say that? And now, I know many are going out of their way and saying they don't like Kami. Now, they hate her character because of what she said, and some are also saying that MS had a very bad translation in that moment, which, that is a possibility. There is a likely possibility MS kind of over-exaggerated that dialogue from Kami. It might not be to that extent. However, I do believe some form of her dialogue is like that, because you do have the character say, why does she talk so weird, or why is she talking so funny? So I'm going to assume her dialogue, even though it's probably not that extreme, most likely it's something like that, and so this does show what type of character Kami is. I do like her. I want more of her, regardless of how people feel about her, regardless of how they feel about her saying stuff like that. I really like her character, and I definitely want more of her, and it's not just because of her, dialogue. Her outfit, oh man, can we just talk about the the outfits, the design of her character, okay? Like, I already like the hat thing going on with her and all that, and I like the dialogue, but when I saw the full body outfit of her, I was like, Horikoshi, like, you're delivering. You're delivering them goods. Like, you're delivering some quality. And I was like, that's a really nice design for Kami. And, you know, I want to go and backtrack a little bit and talk about something. I've mentioned it in the past, but I think it's relevant right now because of this chapter. One of the biggest things, the greatest things that Horikoshi is good at is definitely character design. It's one of the big things that always stand out to me when I'm reading Boku no Hero Academia. He has a very unique style when it comes to making new characters, to villains, all that. Usually the villains look the best. Like, the villains just look amazing when it comes to Boku no Hero Academia, but also heroes look really good too. In this case, Kami's design overall, it's just amazing, and I want more of it, and I mean, I love the style of it. I just like Kami, and I love the outfits and different characters and stuff that we constantly get, and I want to appreciate, once again, how good of an artist Horikoshi is when it comes to drawing certain characters or introducing new characters. So, let's get off of that now, okay? Actually, you know what? There's another scene to talk about when it comes to Kami. I'm sorry, you know, I apologize. Another scene to talk about is a little comedy segment, which many might not care about, but I also had a good time and enjoyed it and laughed, and I was like, bless you, Horikoshi, bless you. And so there was a scene to when the children come out and all that, which I'll clarify and talk about that in a moment, but the children come out and all that, and all of a sudden Kami grabs one of the children, this boy, and actually snuggles him, and I'm like, oh, like, that fan service. Like, Horikoshi is not one to do that either. Like, he's legit not one to really do that. He isn't. I think the last straight-up fan service we really got in the series was Chapter 100. I think that was the last time. Like, intentional fan service. Like, it was obvious that it was intentional in this chapter, and I think the intentional stuff, the last time it really was done like that was for Chapter 100, which I, you know, used as a thumbnail. Most likely many of you might remember. But, I think this is, like, the first time in a long time he's done it, and it's a rarity to see Horikoshi do that, which, you know, usually when you read shonen, mangaka tend to use it a lot more, so I give props to Horikoshi, because he doesn't over-exaggerate it a lot and use it a lot. He just does it every so often, and I think it's the best way to kind of give us a Christmas gift. I mean, can we all agree that it's a nice little Christmas gift for all of us, especially the scene when we got to see her assets and, her, you know, all of her assets. You get my point. You understand what I'm talking about, so I'm like, bless you, Horikoshi. Bless you. So, anyways, I want to start talking about Kami now. Let's talk about the other stuff, okay? So, Inasa and Todoroki, they finally meet up once again, and I really like Inasa's character, because when I first saw him and he was introduced, I wasn't the biggest fan of his backstory. I remember, I don't know if I ever clarified that or not, but I liked Inasa's character. I liked his characterization, his design, his quirk, and all that, but I didn't like overall how he came to dislike Endeavor. I mean, overall, he disliked Endeavor because he couldn't get an autograph, and it's a little bit petty in a certain way, but at the same time, though, it does fit with the theme of, you know, Endeavor and how he's not really liked about from a lot of people, because he is someone that doesn't really fit the role of a hero. He's good at his job, but he is someone that is not a really good person or a good hero. He's just good at being a hero. So just like, I'm not the biggest fan of Inasa's motive and why he disliked Todoroki in the beginning, and he has tried to change, obviously. I mean, he's tried to change. Clearly, he's trying to, you know, open up and be nicer to, you know, Todoroki in this chapter, and Todoroki's not really meeting him halfway. If you notice in this chapter, Todoroki's kind of like trying to shove him to the side, not meeting him halfway, and he's like, I guess, you know, we have conflicting taste in food or whatever, and I'm like, oh, like, Todoroki, come on, man, the man's trying, like, he's trying, give the man a break, okay? I know he's not the best dude, I know he has some petty reasons why he disliked you in the past, but still, give this man a break, okay? He's trying to make up and be friendly with you. Don't be a jerk to him constantly. But, besides that, though, we also have the stuff going on with Bakugo. So, Bakugo in this chapter, he is learning how to interact with children. That is, I did not know how much I needed that. I want to be honest, I did not know how much I needed to see Bakugo interacting with children, because Bakugo as a character, he's one of my favorites. He's a great character. I never really liked him at the beginning of the series. Like, I didn't like him that much, and then I grew to attached to him over time after seeing his development and stuff and his change of personality. But him interacting with a child, that just sounds like, that sounds like a mess. That sounds like a bad thing waiting to happen, because Bakugo and his personality, him dealing with children, I don't think it's gonna be really good. And this is good for him. It allows him to develop and learn how to interact with children, because we gotta remember something, okay? Let's think about Bakugo and Todoroki's character and also Izuku. Bakugo, Izuku, and Todoroki, they were inspired when they were children to become heroes, thanks to All Might. And think about it like this, if they're going to become great heroes, they need to be able to inspire children. They need to be able to inspire children to want to pick up the mantle and become a hero as well, like them. Similar to how All Might, made them inspired and wanted them to become heroes. So, Bakugo needs to learn how to be nice to children, or at the very least be a cool hero for children, for, children will look up to him. And so this is going to add a lot of development to his character for him to change, alongside with Todoroki as well, Inasa. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing, how he changes and develops, if he's willing to kind of be a little bit nicer to children. I'm very curious about that. And speaking of the children, oh man, like the way the kids acted, it's like legit children. They seriously acted like real children, talking about the designs of the characters, talking about Todoroki's design, or talking about Bakugo's design. Just overall, I had a lot of fun seeing the children's interactions with the characters. So speaking of characters, Gang Orca was back. And as I've already said many times in the past when he was last in the series, I want more of him. He's a really cool character. He was in, Horikoshi's previous work, and I just want more. I want more of Gang Orca. He's a really cool hero, a fantastic design, and so it'd be honestly a waste not to have him more in the series. So I'm glad to see him back. I'm glad to see him interacting with our characters, because most likely, we're going to have an arc solely focusing on Todoroki and Nasa and, Bakugo, and we're probably not going to be focusing on the other cast for a while, but it makes sense, because when we really look at it, it's not just Izuku that is the main character of this story. You also have Todoroki and Bakugo as main characters, so this is also following them. So it does make sense that, the narrative would shift on to them, and we're probably not going to see Izuku for a good long while, maybe 10 to 15 chapters. We probably might not see him until February, or maybe even March, depending on where Horikoshi wants to take it. So, leaving off of that, though, let's talk about Endeavor. So, Endeavor in this chapter. He seems like he is going through a major shift, like he is changing as a person. Now, I don't think what he is doing already in this chapter makes him redeemed. Like, he is not 100% redeemed. I don't think he will ever be 100% redeemed. He could be a very likable character, or he could be an awesome character, and we might want to see more of him, but overall, in terms of just, like, person, I don't think he will ever be 100% redeemed. And the reason why I say that is because of his track record, what he has done. As you remember, he used to basically go around, get a bunch of different wives, and force them to sleep with them, or him, before he can have children to be able to beat All Might. So, he's pretty scummy. Like, he's the embodiment of scum. That's exactly what Endeavor is, especially also what he did to, Todoroki's mother, to what he's also done to Todoroki and the other kids. So, Endeavor is not someone that could be redeemed, and it's not easy for a writer to redeem a character like him. Even if the writer puts Endeavor through a lot of trial and tribulations, it's not something that you could easily come back from. It's just not. It's not something that can easily make up for all the wrong that the person has done. So, I am looking forward to seeing where, Horikoshi wants to take his character, because it does seem like Endeavor is changing. Because when he shouted for Todoroki, he's like, Shoto and all that, he just screams and all that at him. It didn't seem like a father trying to use his son or whatever to accomplish what he wants. It seemed more like a person that actually cared about his son and was actually encouraging him and cheering him on. That's what it looked like to me. Now, I could be reading that wrong, but it did seem like he is trying to become a little bit closer to Todoroki in a different way, because he realizes he has messed up, and his overall objective, his goal, was just snatched away from him. As we know, his goal was to have Todoroki become the #1 hero and beat All Might, but now that All Might has stepped down, he was basically forced to step down because, he fell and he lost his quirk. Now Endeavor can no longer be the #1. Like, he legitimately never got to see if he really is better than All Might, because All Might was already a weakening man, and he still was able to retain that title while he was ending his role as a hero. So Endeavor feels like he lost his objective, and now he's at a loss. He doesn't really know what to do. Now he's the #1 hero, but he didn't technically earn it, and he realizes that, and that's why he's going through so much issues and conflict within himself, because he doesn't really know how to feel about it. And so it was very interesting to see at the end of the chapter, he actually is asking All Might for advice. That was truly impressive to see. Like, he wasn't acting all angry or mean to All Might. He was just legitimately asking for advice, because he's like, All Might, ever since you're no longer the #1 hero and I became, the #1 hero, crime rate has risen 3%. And That's a lot when you think about it. 3% rise. It doesn't seem like that's much, but that is a bit. It's already a noticeable margin growing bigger and bigger as time goes on. And he's like, I noticed everything that you took, all these years you took to build up this, you know, lower down crime rate. It seems like those invisible threads are just starting to unravel. He realizes what it means to be the #1 hero, what type of work All Might was really doing, and he realizes now that he might not be able to fill that spot that All Might had, and that's why he's seeking advice. So we're having some character development for him, and I like the direction Horikoshi's taking him. I want more of it, and hopefully we get to see where his character leads. I don't think he'll be 100% redeemed, but he could possibly maybe be like 75 or so redeemed. We'll see where that goes. So yeah, that's about it. Overall, I think the chapter was very fun. I think many can agree, and great artwork, great characterization, just a solid chapter overall. Easily one of the best chapters of 2017, and best way to end 2017 of Boku no Hero Academia. So, I love you guys, and you all have a wonderful day. You know, happy holidays. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please be safe. Chibi out.